Alright, hello everyone. This is going to be a new thing we're going to be starting up, which is going to be random crap with me and A1 Thomas, basically. We're just going to talk about random crap. I'm going to be playing a random game, and it'll just be random crap. So, yeah. We're thinking up of our favourite games right now, our top 10 list of games, and it's trickier than you think, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
I mean, whilst A1 Thomas thinks, I'll say some of my favourite games. So, of course, World of Tanks is going to be up there as one of my favourite games, and also War Thunder to a point, because as much as Gaijin gets loads of Russian bias, all of that, they had their they actually had a director of Russian bias and a Russian bias pack in the store for, I think, April Fool's Day. So even they know that people say that they have random bias, Russian bias, and to a point it is true, frankly. Gaijin tries and silences anyone who says anything bad about their game, and Gaijin is just a really strange thing. But War Thunder is a fun thing. But I mean, another top 10 is going to be, of course, World of Tanks and World of Tanks Blitz, and oh my god, I just run into 3 people, and I bounced off an IS on my goddamn T-34. But yeah, so that's going to be up there. XCOM has also got a nice thing. Company of Heroes is going to be up there, obviously. So Company of Heroes, yeah, that's going to be one of my top 10s, obviously. Anything Star Wars as well, quite frankly. But go away, you little liars. Oh god, great. 112. But yeah, top 10 games. That's a difficult one.
I'm thinking of one more to do my top 10, and then I'll carry on.
Yeah.
Carry on. I've got to think.
So, what else is there? Of course, Battlefield Bad Company 2. That's one of my all-time favourites. So,
right, I've got them.
I think my favourite game of all time is probably going to be World of Tanks. I mean, there isn't really much surprise in that, is there? I mean, it's World of Tanks. I mean, what more can I say? World of Tanks is going to be up there as number 1. I'm actually going to go out on a limb and say that Battlefield Bad Company 2 is probably my second favourite game of all time, because I used to be like swag at that game. On the PS3, I could use the MG3 and I could burst fire someone across the other end of a valley in 10 shots, and that's pretty impressive when you think about it. I just need to get that good on PC, so I think it's going to be number 2. As for number 3, this will be a game that probably most people won't have heard of. Or if actually no, I think number 3 is going to be Company of Heroes. Company of Heroes is just one of my favourite strategy games of all time.
You've gone a weird way. I'm going to go 10 to 1.
Yeah, I just couldn't think of what would be my 10th favourite game, so I'm just going to go straight 1, starting at 1 and then going down to my 10th. But yeah, so Company of Heroes is going to be my third favourite game of all time.
1 or 2?
Company of Heroes 1, because Europe at 1 for it is just swag. So, as for my 4th game, this is actually one of the first PC games that I played, probably, and it's a game that not many people will have heard of, but it's a game called Crimson Skies. It was set in a 1936 sort of steampunk-style America, and it just had some really crazy planes in it, which you could crazily upgrade. I actually have it on PC, a version which one runs on Windows 10, but maybe I'll do a video on it, who knows. But yeah, there was just some crazy planes in that, and they were just if you upgraded them with sort of like nitro, and you could get 70 MGs on them. And there was a plane called the Brigand, which had a back turret and mounting 2.70s on that just ripped things to shreds. But so that's probably going to be my fourth favourite game. As for my fifth, I don't know,
if you don't know, don't worry, I can take over.
Yeah, but I mean, for my fifth game, it's going to be, I think, possibly War Thunder. Actually, I mean, I did have a lot of fun playing War Thunder, as much as I was terrible at it, and I couldn't really run it very quickly. But just War Thunder, you can build up some amazing kill streaks. Plus, you can actually have your own, sort of user-made camouflages. You can download them from, warthunder.net and just click it into them. So that's probably going to be my top 5. I don't know if I'll go to my top 10. God, I think I just got obliterated. But yeah, so A1 Thomas will take over with his top 10. Damn, what was it getting back for that? Right, yep, continue.
Okay, well, my 10th favourite game of all time, I'm going to go more in depth with my analysis. Is obviously he's playing his games and stuff, so I'm going to be doing the majority.
Well, I just didn't want to take up too much time so
in this
we can move on
episode.
to different subjects and things.
Euro Truck Simulator 2 is probably my favourite game. I mean, there's so much detail in it. I personally find it's when you get the map packs and that, it's a huge map. You're going to go around the whole of Poland, I think. Yeah, you have Poland, you have Czechoslovakia, you have France, in the Czechoslovakia, you have not Spain actually, but you have France, Germany, England, and it's just such a big, thing. And you got loads of trucks in there, so it's just quite nice. The only reason why it's not really, well, sometimes it can feel a bit monotonous and boring because you get to a certain point where it's just driving a truck. I know what it is Euro Truck Simulator. They've aced it, brilliant. I mean, I don't have a wheel for it, so I don't know what the wheel feels like. Sure, it's great. Also, another downer is, I know you can't really blame the game online. The mod for it. The players are sweats. I drive around safely most of the time, but the drivers are sweats. They report you. There are people who aren't even admins sit there in free cam mode. I don't even know how to get in cam mode. And they just stand there, and I've seen videos because I've been banned once or twice, and I've actually gone to the links, and it takes you to a big database of reports. And there's this guy, he just was in his free cam, and he just zoomed up, saw an accident, zoomed right into the guy driving, and reported it. This guy rammed him. So seriously, you're just in free cam, waiting for people to break the rules. You're serious? You're not playing the game. You're being an ass. But anyway, that's why Euro Truck Simulator 2 10, because I think it's a nice simulator game. Far from it. My ninth favourite game is probably Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube. I liked it. Characters were nice. It's just such an ultimate game, and I loved it when I was a kid.
I've got Mario Kart. Mario Kart, I loved.
Quite a cool concept of the game, actually. Going to save people, Mario even. And just the whole thing, I kind of liked it. It's well put together, and it was quite nice. I never experienced any glitches. I mean, there's loads, but I thought it was a brilliant game. Just so much in depth in it that I liked. Getting all the different types of ghosts, killing all the big ghost bosses and stuff. But this is a boss room. Finding all the pearls, getting that little bit extra every time, seeing how much you collected when you completed it. You could always try and get more the next time you played it. It was just a nice game that I loved playing, and I loved redoing and recompleting. We got robbed, so lost the GameCube and lost the. I got it on an emulator on my PC now, but it's just a nice game. It's definitely my 9. Another game from the same area, on my number 8, is Mario Sunshine. Love that game. I do feel like the plot got a little lost for it. I did go, sometimes when you're playing it, you just go, even now, and even when I was younger, well done, well nice game, but you get through it and you're like, how? What? That doesn't make sense. What, I've got to do this now? What? There's a jelly guy walking about. You can't really question its man. It does seem like the plot gets very lost in its own sort of thing, and that's not me trying to be a critic or dick. That's just that's what I felt about it. But it's reached my top 10. It's in my 7. No. Yes. No, it's in my 8 even. So that's what I think of it. Really, I think it's a great game. I loved it. I love the characters. I love the voicing and everything. And I really like the what's its face. If you want to put in the comments, what the water dude was called. I can't remember for the life of me. Yeah, so that's that. My 7. Probably some of you would be quite surprised why it's so high up. But World of Tanks is my 7th favourite game. Really, I just find that it's a great game. It's well done. The graphics are awesome. The sounds are awesome. Just feel like you have to work way too hard to go up. I said to someone, how long does it take to get to a tier 10? About a year. Right. There's 5 tier 10s sometimes in a tech tree. Who has the time to spend 5 years to complete a tech tree? I am not spending 25 years getting all the... And that's it. To get more slots, you have to buy gold. And I don't like pay-to-win games, really. I mean, World of Tanks is always there in my heart. Brilliant game, it's well made. But it's like, you really have to, if you want to collect stuff, pay stuff, especially like rare tanks are only premium. You have to buy. If you want the top 2, you have to buy it. It's like, oh, could you not get it for free in game? Why do I have to pay you? It's a bit like a DLC in games, but except this is a bit different. You have to work incredibly hard. If I wanted to get the best car on Forza Horizon 3, I could spend a couple of hours working. I'd have it. Right? Getting $1 million in an hour or something. Right? So I'll get the 10 million car in a couple of hours. To get one of the best tanks in World of Tanks, I'm looking at a year. And I think, to be honest, that's ridiculous. And the tier differences, like, it's stupid how to go up tier 1 to tier 2, it's like 200 XP. And then go from tier 9 to whatever, it's 180,000, 230,000. And I think it's just way too much work to get the tank you like. I like the mouse tank, the MAUS or whatever. And the fact that that's a year's work to get it. And there may be many of you out there. Oh, surely that's a good thing. You feel really good when you get it. And yes, you will. But I think it's just a waste of your time. You could be doing so much more in your time, practicing your instrument, spending time just learning something else to do with your life, or playing a game that's not really. I think World of Tanks is a brilliant game, but that's why it's on 7 and not number 1 with my friends here. I'm not going to try and slag it off. I'm not trying, but 6th.
I'm really dreading uploading this because I know it's going to be like 20 gigabytes of things.
6. Test Drive Unlimited 2. Many lovers, many haters. I'm always seeing reviews on it by people, forums, and people go, oh, it's the worst game ever. It's god awful. It's this, it's that. For its time, I think it was one of the best games ever made. It has 2 of the most detailed maps I've ever seen released for a game. Test Drive Unlimited 2 has way bigger map than Forza Horizon 3. Spoiler alert, Forza Horizon 3 is but Test Drive Unlimited 2, there weren't half bad graphics at the time compared to Forza's latest games, like Forza 3 at the time, I think. They were. Forza 3 was really good graphics. Forza really do focus on their graphics. But Test Drive Unlimited 2, I think, the big maps, I really like the sense of going into a dealership and buying a car. Completely new concept. Completely new, and it was amazing. I loved all the different cars, all the methods. And there were DLC cars, yes. But they were only really the same cars as the thing. So like that'd be a Ferrari Scaglietti and then the DLC one that looked different. Yeah, you know, most of the cars, 98% of the cars were cars you could get anywhere to. It's just a brag at the end of the DLC, really. Maybe there's 1 or 2 or 3 cars that I did. But I think Test Drive Unlimited 2 really deserves a third, but they went bust, I think, because they spent too much money doing the maps, personally. I think they went into so much detail. The fact that they had indicators to pull over and do your route down. Even for Forza Horizon 3, you can't drive with the route down unless the car that has it permanently down. You can't pull over and do it because they haven't put the animations. Forza Horizon 3, though, is a much bigger game, and the graphics intensity and animations for the roof that go down. But that's why Test Drive Unlimited 2 is on my seat, because I think it's an amazing, well-crafted game, and I'm one of the lovers of it. Number 5 is GTA 5. I think it's an incredibly well-made game. I think the cross between Michael, Franklin, and Trevor is amazing. 3 completely different characters. Spoiler alert. Michael, who's a rich father who doesn't care about his family, ends up actually, at the end, loving his family. A black guy, not a rapper, but a black guy who, I'm not being racist, but who lives in the slums. He then he's a young criminal, and then he goes into, he becomes a rich sort of international thief, like Michael does. And then he gets rich and gets a big house in Leicester and everything, and he makes it. And Trevor, a poor white guy in the north, surrounded by a country, comes down and then actually like to Michael, you treat your family like absolute crap, man. And they sort each other out, and then they get through ins and outs, and then they live, whatever. You make the ending what you will. Spoiler alert, you kill the Michael or Trevor. Franklin gets the choice, or you kill Deathwish and you go and kill a bunch of people. That's one I did. Great story. The only thing that lacks for me is the online. The online is a multi-transaction hellhole. If you want to get anything on online, really, you have to buy stuff. You have to buy shark cars. They get nice cars, unless you work your butt off. But now they're releasing sports cars of 1.3 million. Now you're going to have to work your butt off to get 1.3 million, or you can spend £12 on a shark car. They put yachts out a couple of months ago. That like 8 million, and then the shark card that's £64. Now the yachts are like 10 million, so it's £80 on a yacht. 80 quid. You could treat your girl out for that. You could put it towards a keyboard for your instrument. You could put it towards a new desk. Put it towards a new speaker. You know, or you could put it into a virtual game for virtual money, for virtual car. You know, and that's the only reason why. So the multi-transactions, Rockstar are very greedy. But I think single player is an amazing game. And also another thing is they know people glitch the single player. And they don't add the multiplayer content like the yachts, the houses, the apartments, and the cars to single player. They updated 1 or 2 cars, but they don't put them in single player, which is one thing that really pisses me off. I really think it would be cool if you could have those cars and yachts and have in your single player world. I think it'd be cool if you could have apartments and cars in single player. I think that'd be one of the coolest things ever. You know, I wouldn't need to go online much. Go with my mate, I'm in single player without stressing out about multi-cars. Number 4, surprising, Minecraft. I like Minecraft an awful lot, and it's not a multi-transaction hell. You can do whatever. You can survive, you can build, you can be with your friends, find puzzle maps on websites. I'm not going to give any links out or anything, because some can be bad for you if you give them a buy. I'm going to say find a good site, get mods off them. Doing puzzle maps with your friends, it's really fun. I'm sure me and legodude should do one as a video one day.
Well, you've seen
They're
some
really
of the things
fun.
that we've built.
We like building really fun. Flatline world, like on YouTube as well. You know, just you can do so many things on Minecraft. I know. Cheap game, 15 quid, no multi-transactions really needed, and that's
Well,
it.
there are no mini transactions, full stop.
No, there's none. And that's the thing. Minecraft, 12, 15, 20 quid game, whatever.
And I've been playing Minecraft since 1.8 beta.
Yeah, I've been playing it from, I think, 1.7 beta. I think I played it just when it came out of alpha into beta. And I remember the first sort of house I built in the cave, and I love it. I still remember so many happy times on it. And that's why it's in number 4, because it's just so good and so well done. I mean, the only thing I'm not liking now is you need gaming computers to run it properly, because
there's so many blocks.
There's so many different blocks, and they've changed it. When I had a crappy laptop with 2 gig RAM, I could run it. Now, when I upgraded my laptop, I've got 4 gig RAM, and it lagged. And now my gaming computer, it works. But you need a gaming computer to run mine, and that sounds sick. But it's a great game. I love it. Number 3, Forza Horizon 3. I think it's an incredibly great game. You don't need to. Things they put you in for DLC packs, which is quite annoying. You have to buy DLC packs if you want the bonus cards and stuff. But you still get about 380 cards anyway in the games. Really being greedy. They've given you a big chunk of cards. Forza work incredibly hard. They have a team, I think, and they make them proper. And the nice thing is, I don't feel any less quality in any car. I go into a Ford Fiesta hatchback. It's a hatchback. You shouldn't have to put so much effort into it. The effort is for cars. No, the hatchbacks are just as nicely done as a sport. And it's nice to see getting just as much effort into every car. Every car is done to A-star grade look. They all sound great, they all look great, and Forza so much into that game. I think we should pay for the extra cars as well. They're giving you a load of cars. You're paying such a small price. The day, like what? Car pack could be like £3-4, £5. Yeah, and you're getting like 6. You're getting like 6 cars in it. And those 6 cars they've had to make professional. Get the licenses, get to make them, they've had to animate, make the sounds for them. Jeez, paying for 6 cars doesn't sound much though. And I think Forza have made a beautiful map. I mean, Horizon 2 would be there. Horizon 3 top 7. I mean, I prefer the Horizon 2 map. The Horizon 3 is just... Now, a lot of people will disagree with me, because I've gone 2 oldies for my top 2 and 1. I would have put Gmod into the mix, but I just don't think Gmod really deserved a place. Purely because mods make the game, not Gmod. Gmod is a fun game with mods, and he doesn't make the mods. So I don't think it's fair to put credit into the game when he doesn't make it, he just makes the face. It's like, if I play keyboard, I like to make music. If I made a world great selling piece, right, and that probably won't happen, but if I get top charts, and with a pianist, with vocals and things like that, I am probably going to get the recognition, not the software I use. I'm not going to go, Studio One, I'm going to go, oh, famous now. I probably wouldn't mention I use Studio One. Copyright and all that doesn't matter on there. Everything you make on there is your own, for instance. So I would need to check that. But Studio One wouldn't get the credit for me making my song. So Gmod shouldn't be praised as a great game when it's the modding community that make it. Now, really, please correct me if I'm wrong. Gary makes a lot of the mod, okay? But I think I've never seen a mod by Gary. Please correct me on that if I'm wrong. But that's why Gmod hasn't got into the list, and if it was, it would be probably.
So have you done your list now then?
Now I'm on number 2.
Ah.
Driving San Francisco is my second favourite game of all time. I think the storyline was just fun. It was a bit weird, but it was very fun. It was very different, very out there. And I think Driving San Francisco 2 is... Oh, they had so many cars, no DLCs. It's a game where it was fun. There was no worries about me spending money on DLCs. 10 quid, it was a 10 quid game. That's it. I had it on PS3. That's it. Play it, it's fun. I bought it on the computer because I love the game so much. It's brilliant. It's awesome. The graphics weren't half bad. You know? Graphics were quite good for the time it came out. GG 2000 something. But it was just fun game, I liked it. The only downside was the pedestrians, they would just teleport out of the way, which I'm sure a lot of people think, how would you do that? You're driving on the pavement and all the people just and you're all just like magicians with infinite reflexes, just go move. I'm not gonna lie, GTA when you run some over, you feel it in your controller. Lol, joke. No, but it's kind of like, it's kind of not metallic. They have to keep it a 3+ game. Work out top. If they allow you to run people over, the Driver San Francisco is one of my favourite games. And number 1, you know, we don't know editing, so we can't.
Yes, I'm waiting to get it.
Number 1 is Simpsons City 1. Simpsons City 1 has always had in my heart. Simpsons City 1 was just the coolest game of all time. And it definitely deserves Simpsons City 1. I think it should be. I think it should have a remake HD. legodude, I'm talking. Thank you.
Right, calm yourself.
God! No. But I just think Simpsons City 1 is the best game of all time. I really should have a second one. It really deserves a second one. I don't know why they didn't. I mean, if they did, I don't know. Grand Theft Auto to them, I don't know. But then Simpsons City 1 had a really neat concept. And they kind of did have a nicking car function in any car you like. But Bart said in the tutorial, we've done so just get in, they'll drive you about. And not nicking the car for you. Yeah, I think that's my list. Simpsons City 1 is the game for me of all time. I watched a YouTuber recently, 100, and I was very disappointed Simpsons City 1 was. But everyone has their own, or it wasn't even the top 100, which is really disappointing for me because he did a lot of retro and classic games. How could I not get that? Everyone has their preference. I love that game, and so that was what I picked. I'm sure thousands of people wouldn't say Simpsons City. Millions of people wouldn't. But I do, and I think that's what it is. Simpsons City 1 will always have a special place in my heart. And if I ever hear of the second one, I'll be ordering. But Family Guy hitting one, that should so be a thing. Well, I would love that. I would pay them £1,000 to make it, and that's a lot of money. I don't have much money, but pretty much say, look, take my bank account and make it. Jeez, I would so love a hitting one. A Family Guy hitting one. It's so cool.
Well, I'm gonna supplement mine with a couple of honourable mentions. Of course, there is Minecraft on there, as are a couple of other things which I completely forgot about, including Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide. How could I forget them? They're like one of my favourite games of all time.
You might have done, no joke,
So yeah, Dead Island Riptide are gonna be up there. I mean, it's just so difficult to make a top 5 list. I'm probably never gonna make a top 5 list. I'd probably just do a my favourite games list because I can't really choose a top 5. But yeah, so Minecraft is gonna be on there. Dead Island is gonna be on there as well, as are probably a bunch more things I'm probably gonna think of way after this is finished. But I am going to end it off here because otherwise, World of Tanks Blitz takes up a lot of gigabytes of space when you record, and this has been like a 40-minute record, so this is going to be like 20 gigabytes. But we will continue this in episode 2, where we will talk about other random crap now that we've done top games lists. But yes.
So I think you should call it random cracks. I think you should call it debate about games.
It's a work in progress title, alright? I'll think of something. But yeah.
I think we need to do another double back to back now. To stop that and talk about something else.
Well, alright, but I'll have to choose a different game to go on because this takes up way too much space to actually record like hour-long things on. I'd use up like 200 gigabytes per recording, and that will take like 10,000 years to upload. But yeah, so we're going to end it off here. I'll think of a title, and we'll continue this on in a different game in episode 2. So yeah, thank you all for watching or listening.
Please put in the comments your favourite games, and if you want your top 10, or just say this is my favourite game.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it from me, Zerombus. Bye.
So yeah, we'll end it off here. Thanks for listening and or watching, and bye.